Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Adavi, coming to you from Marion, Virginia, where I'm going to go visit everyone's favorite Nomad builder, Rusty from Nomad R Us. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is going to be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
Rusty, this thing sounded so good. Old school Pro Street. I saw you almost got pulled over.
Yeah, Barney Fife thought he had me this time.
He did. This is gorgeous. Now, when did you say this one was built?
This is an older build in the early 2000s sometime.
Late 90s style.
Yeah.
They did such a good job doing the Pro Street. Tubbed out in the rear, the finishing work on the inside.
Yeah.
What kind of engine's got in it?
383 stroker with a blower.
What's your plans with this one?
I'm gonna put this thing on the market to the right guy. Try to find me an old school guy that's what he wants.
This is absolutely beautiful. I was even noticing the fenders. They've actually widened the fenders out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
to get that. And they did such a nice, clean job of it.
This car right here was done right. I mean, it was a lot of money spent in this build, and everything done right. And the biggest Mickey Thompsons you can buy for the back of it. So
to me, I don't care what year it is, this type of style will never get old.
Oh, it doesn't.
This looks like as if it was built today, and it's relevant today's too. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's why I come up with this car right here, to get it to the right owner, to the right person. That's them for this car.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You said the Nomad back in the day was built for like Corvette enthusiasts who wanted a two-door wagon Corvette.
Right.
This right here is probably the closest you can get to that.
They were guessing somewhere around 600 horsepower, but
and back then, that's a lot of horsepower.
Mm-hmm. It lights them up. You can turn them over.
The finish work over the tub, the center console that goes all the way to the back and holds the amplifier in place.
Yeah, it's
very nicely done.
It's all set up, as you can see, leather interior. It's done sharp. I mean, there's no problems with the car. It's definitely the attention to detail is perfect on it.
The cool thing is on the outside, besides the tubs and that little bit of flare in the fender back of the quarter panel, it looks like a Nomad. One lucky owner is going to really appreciate this. Hopefully, take it out on the show scene, because a Pro Street car like this is old school.
Right.
And you can show all those new school kids that are coming to shows every day, new attendees, learn from the old days.
Right, and that's what needs to happen, is some of the younger guys need to learn from the old school guys, because they knew what they were doing, and they didn't have a magazine to buy parts and all that stuff. They had to make do with what they had, and I mean, they really done a great job.
Yep. Anytime you mini tub a car, everything back here is custom.
Yeah.
You got to make it from scratch.
Right.
And so, but just by telling the quality and the finish with the mini tub, the rest of the car is going to be just as bad.
Yeah, it's detailed quite a bit. I mean, it's really nice as far as all the braided lines, everything. Everything's done nice on the car, like I say.
What's cool is that he's kept it really nice for the past 15, 16 years since it was built.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We have to go to a quick break. We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show. It's time for the Lokar Lowdown with Kevin Ford.
If you were around in the 90s, in the heyday of the sport trucks, you definitely recognize the name Lacara steering wheels. What you might not know is this is a brand that's been around even longer than that. We were fortunate enough to purchase this brand a couple years ago, and we've done our best to keep the quality and improve where we can and innovate where we can. We've introduced several new wheels in the line, and we've added some customization options. You can send us your leather, we'll custom wrap your wheel. We're offering stitch options so you can change the stitch color like we've done on this C10 truck. This one's been custom painted. We don't actually offer that, but we do offer brushed stainless wheels. We have polished aluminum wheels, and we have black anodized wheels in a variety of different leather colors, grip sizes, and diameters. We've even got several wheels that are more OE style from like the 40s and the 50s and 60s, a variety of horn buttons and adapters. We make an adapter to put our wheels on just about any vehicle you can think of, from a Yugo to a Honda to a Nissan, whatever it is, GM, we have it. Check out our website, look for your application. I'm sure we have it, and we'll have a wheel that fits your taste.
Welcome back to more from Nomad R Us. Man, Rusty, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Tell me about this, and what kind of engine is that?
This is a ZZ6 Chevrolet crate motor.
Old school small block 350.
With 420 horsepower.
That looks really nice. Now this comes completely from the crate as we see it, with the accessories, fuel injection, everything?
Yeah, you get everything, fuel injected, set up, all your front accessory drives, all the way down to the pancake air compressor,
Man,
belt,
nice.
everything.
But the manifolds, you did that.
Yeah, I used some 57 ram horn manifolds on it.
That really makes it look old school right there.
Yeah, I love
Now what
it.
are we doing here?
We're getting ready to marry this down on the chassis. This is a 56 Nomad chassis I'm doing for a gentleman out of New Jersey.
Now tell me about how you've got this thing lifted. I'm a car builder,
Right.
and my whole life I've always seen bodies taken on and off the chassis from the bottom at the drip rail, the rocker panels.
Right.
This is totally untraditional. Is this okay?
Yeah, this is perfect. With these Nomads, the way we do them, see, the body is all secure. Everything is tacked in. I mean, everything's in. The car's not going nowhere. The difference between what you're talking about, if I used them on the lower quarter panels of the car, or the rocker panels, on the deal, I take a chance of denting my rocker panels when I pick it up and down. But if I do it right here, I got a flat surface. It's good structurally sound. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And you've done something like that with this, and your lines end up perfect, just like we see here.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, once the floor and everything's done, you're good. I mean, it's not going to move.
That's cool. Well, do you want me to help you bring this down?
Yeah, let's set this thing down here.
All right, you control it, and I'll let you know when our bolts are in their holes.
One of the things you want to make sure when you use the lift in this position the way we used it is when you're done, make sure you get your lifts, you know, out to the side, straight out, and always double check, you know, before you let your lift on down, that everything's away from the car, because that could be a disaster.
You will ruin your day if you don't.
Yeah. It's just like building a house. We start with the foundation and go to the roof.
And that roof was plenty strong enough to hold that whole body.
Oh yeah, that roof's a lot stronger than you think it is.
Wow, this is
Ruben!
really
Oh my God!
There you
Whoa,
go,
great!
brother.
Oh my God, man! What?
How you doing?
Nice to
Ruben?
meet you.
I'm
Nice
Sam.
to
Nice
meet you.
you. Wow. I bet it looks a lot different than when you first had it, huh?
Beautiful.
We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Appalachian Backroads.
Like most guys, you probably work hard for what you got. Whether it's physical work, or maybe it's mental work at a desk. You're always stressed out, but you're stressed out because you want to protect your passion. Knowing your car is protected and will be enjoyed with relative ease is what we're all about. So at the end of the day, when you sit down and crack that cold beer and open up that door, there's your pride and joy, protected and preserved in a car capsule. Continuous airflow, continuous air change, makes it no work, no stress. Just get in it and drive and start your weekend early, enjoy it with your friends, because the way you put it away is the way you take it out, in perfect shape every time.
Yeah, we'll get, let's get us a couple measurements here and see what we're gonna do on these posts. We mark the A pillar, B pillar, and C pillar. And as you can see, the car's pretty much gone, so we need to, try to take what we can for the next guy. You Pontiac guys might want to turn your head on this one. We're getting ready to sacrifice another Safari for the life of a Nomad. Cut it, brother.
And Rusty, I'm looking at this roof and I'm seeing, in my opinion, this roof is still good for someone to be able to use.
Yeah, this roof right here where we've got some structural damage on the front, missing the drip rails on the front. One of the crucial deals on these cars is the drip rails on the back. There's always a lot of rot. We can go through the deal with this right here. When we have one with bad sections, we can just section what we need out of this one, bam, put it in, clean it up, and we're good to go.
And you said the only other thing that you could possibly use on this car is going to be that dashboard, because you're right, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's a 56 Safari. The dashboard and stuff in the car is really nice. I want to make sure a Safari guy got it, because I know somebody's needing that complete dash. All right, here we got a lift gate installed. We're going to install the glass and the lift gate on a 55 Nomad. Let's get started. You guys take care of me up there and I'll unscrew it from the hinges.
And what's the most common mistake people make at home when doing one of these?
One of the major mistakes that I see is what they'll do is they don't realize that the gate, the top of it, is an inch shorter across than the bottom.
Right.
So the same thing with your rubber. If you'll look on the top, you've got 42 inches on your rubber. All right, on the bottom, you got 43 inches. When you install your glass, you need to make sure your glass over here, your liftgate glass, is what you need it to be. You need it to be 43 on the bottom, 42 on the top, and everything will go perfect on your install. But that's a crucial mistake that I see a lot of people make.
Yeah, so they don't know that it's tapered, and they'll put the rubber on backwards, and they'll have a wrinkle in the rubber.
Right, and it just, and a lot of times they'll tear the rubber because it won't stretch that much.
Got it. We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show. Rusty, it was such a pleasure for me to come out here last year, hang out with you, and learn everything that everyone is so crazy about with Nomads. Right. I've heard the craze. I know Nomads were cool, but I didn't know really anything behind them. I learned a lot coming here last year talking to you about them. I see that you have different cars in here. This one here is really cool. It looks like it's all there. Tell me about it.
This is an original find here. Everything's, complete. It's still got the eyebrows and spears, everything on the car. What our plans with this one is just to make us a nice, cool shop driver. We've got a nothing special, an LS motor, automatic. Gonna put the glass in it, door rubbers, you know, a few things like that, and we're just gonna ride the car.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
You know, you make it sound good, it'll be a total sleeper. I think I'm gonna do that with my 49 GMC.
Yeah.
I noticed the picture up here. This is one rolling off of the showroom floor.
Yes.
Now, is that Harley? Is one of the three men Harley up there?
You got Harley Earl. He is the godfather of the Nomad. He's the reason why the Nomads were created. It's
Now,
his
why
baby.
were they almost not created?
There was a lot of pushback at GM, and Harley Earl had a lot of pull at GM. He was, you know, I think, a vice president at one time. He was president over marketing, the creative side of GM, which was really nice back in the 50s. And this was his vision. He's in with the deal on the Corvettes, you know,
Right.
the 53. It started in 53. He's the reason why that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
So that makes sense that this would be the two-door wagon
and
Corvette.
he fought hard to get this car made with GM.
What you got here, Rusty? Looks like you got a lot of new inventory.
Yeah, I've got some 5s and 6s here, ready for restoration. Got paperwork and stuff on the cars, got plenty out front. I'm mostly into the 55s, but I do like 56s, 57s also. I have a lot here, and I've got some more around back if you want to take a look around there.
I do want to take a look around there. One of them right there had absolutely no floor in it. It makes it easier on you because you don't have to cut anything out,
I don't
right?
have to cut it out, so.
But a lot of them look like they're in good shape as well.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that you can look at some of these cars and see the history and see how they were used back in the day by their owners. For instance, just taking a look at the one over here with the big beefy tires in the back.
Yeah.
Then you pointed out the one next to it with the huge shackles,
Yeah.
like they raised up the rear end.
Right.
You know, it's so cool to take a look and see what were they doing in their heyday owned by their original people, you know?
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder what happened, what the car was used for.
Yep.
You know, what was going on at that time.
So what do you got over here mostly?
I've got all these right here are 55s right here. I really like the 55s. All these right here they're all buildable cars, all good paperwork, you know, everything's ready. These are going on my website at nomadrus.com. They'll be available on the website, and they're buildable cars. I mean, they're ready to go.
And when you say buildable cars, you mean they've got a VIN, they've got a title, and so you don't have to go through an inspection or anything like that?
Right. They got the paperwork, the correct paperwork with the title, VINs. The cars, as you can see, they got decent tops on them. They're ready to be built. You know, it's something that somebody can take the car from here and build it as their project, or they can get with us. We'll build the car for them. You know, whatever it takes to make it happen on the Nomad, we'll get it done.
Well, it looks like you and your boys are going to be busy for a long time to come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Sam, I want to thank you and your crew for coming out to Nomad R Us in Marion, Virginia this year. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Rusty. We love coming out, seeing your new builds, what you got going on. I see you've completely changed out your inventory, which is really good news, but you've always got something like this Pro Street next to us that catches the eye and really makes us happy to come out here. And if you guys want a Nomad like what you see behind us, you need help with a Nomad, you want to know about parts for a Nomad, contact Rusty and the guys here at Nomad R Us. They really know what they're doing. Now it's time for us to go get some of Rocky's Pizza.
Let's do it.
For Rusty and I, that's a wrap. Accommodations were provided by the General Francis Marion Hotel. Join us next week as we're headed to hot Bristol nights.